What's up everyone, Ronnie Chalvis here to bring you one of my favorite tutorials I've done up to this point because it has to do with my favorite superhero. It's the Spider-Man bar leap tutorial. Now what is this move exactly? Well, Spider-Man actually does this move in the original movies. I'll show you a clip of it right now. And I'm going to demonstrate the move for you right now. So that's the Spider-Man bar leap. It's a super fun move. I don't know if it has an official name. I'm just calling it the Spider-Man bar leap because Spider-Man does it himself, so why not name it after him? Alright, so when doing the Spider-Man bar leap, there's a couple moves you want to practice first before you actually start going for the actual move. And with this move, I'm going to be doing it slightly different than how he does it in the movie. Instead of swinging only from a vertical bar, I'm using a corner bar with a vertical bar. So you have one hand grabbing from the horizontal bar and one hand grabbing the vertical bar. Now the first thing I want you to practice when doing this move is just doing a basic swing tuck, holding between the two bars. I'm going to demonstrate how you do that. You can pick either side and you're going to grab with one hand and the other and just kind of swing into it like so. So that's the first motion. The second motion, you're going to do that same swing again, but you're going to try and tuck your feet towards the bars you're holding on. So you're going to practice that motion a couple times with just jumping to the bar and kind of swinging back to where you came from, but not all the way, just so you can practice that tucking motion and the spin, because as you get comfortable with that tuck, that's what you're going to be doing to go into the planting your feet on the bar. So after you're comfortable with that motion, you can try and start planting your feet on this bar, just seeing how close you can get your feet to the bar. You don't have to plant yet. So as you can see, I'm gonna like pretend like I'm gonna plant my feet, but then not. And so that's just getting you familiar with the awareness of where the bar is as you're spinning around, because that's probably the weirdest part, is that you're spinning, planting your feet, and then still turning to do the jump in the direction you want to go. Now when you're ready to actually plant your feet, make sure you actually test your shoes on the bar first, because if it's slippery, this move is going to be a lot more difficult. So just make sure that you have a bar that you feel comfortable holding on to like this, so that way you just are more confident when you're actually planting your feet on this move. So the first thing I want you to do once you start planting your feet is just stick your feet on the bar and then drop. Don't try and do anything else first. Remember, everything is about progression. Now you may notice when you first start planting your feet that maybe you're swinging back towards where you came from and you're not quite getting as far as you want to. So when you're getting ready to do the actual leap, you want to actually pull yourself with from the vertical bar into the bar, so you have more sideways swinging momentum, so that when you plant your feet, you're still rotating the way you want to go, so you can set up for the jump. So then once you feel comfortable and ready to start jumping, go ahead and practice jumping, but make sure you're jumping and bringing your feet underneath you. You don't need to be trying to dive towards the next bar yet. The tricky thing with this move is constantly figuring out exactly the momentum you need to plant your feet, and then turning your body once again and timing the jump so that you know exactly when to jump in the direction you want to go. And that just comes with a lot of practice. If you're doing all the basic progressions and exercises up to this point, then just keep practicing those and getting comfortable with that, and you'll reach a point where you'll be able to kind of get the feeling for it on the timing on when you need to jump and where you need to plant your feet. So that's the basic technique for doing the actual swinging and bar jump part. And then when you're actually diving and reaching for another bar, depending on how far away it is, you really are gonna have to dive and reach for it. Like the distance between these two bars, I have to dive for it, and if I don't make it, then I just have to make sure that I bring my feet out in front of me so that I can catch my landing, because sometimes if you miss it, you can just end up face planting. So either you want to have a pad when going for a full dive, or at least be aware of how you can land it if you're not going to make it. So just, again, take everything slowly and progressively as you work your way into it. So that's how you do your Spider-Man bar leap. Remember that the location you do this in, you want to do it in a safe environment, and it may be hard to find the exact setup, but all you need to learn the same way I'm doing it is just an L bar, you know, where you have a horizontal bar and a vertical bar, and that's all you need. You don't need another bar to jump to. You can just practice the motion, practice getting into that Spider-Man pose and jumping off of it. And if you get really good, which I can't do it yet, you can do it on just the vertical bar. but I'm not there yet. When I get there, I'll do a tutorial on that one. It's bonus points if you have a spider sense, because then you don't even need to practice this. You just see everything in slow motion and can just do it perfect every time. But for the rest of us who don't have a spider sense or Spider-Man powers, it's gonna take practice and training, so don't give up, be patient in all your practice, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. But otherwise, thank you for watching.